Cycle 14 right back at you, and this time, commission objections. Yes, we have them everywhere. People don't want to pay the full commission. What do you know about that? But we're not afraid of that. We know how to handle this, and I'm going to offer you a technique today that's called visual demonstration. All you need is an A4, a blank A4, nothing written on it, nothing pre-diagrammed, and you just show them what their logical thinking leads to. Because, hey, nobody wants to pay full price. Actually, that's what we say. When someone is unwilling to pay the full commission, and usually they want to cut it to a certain percentage that they heard from another cheap, low-cost agent. So they say, hey, you're taking 2%, well, this guy's taking 0.5%, I'm willing to pay 0.5%, which is something we have here in Israel. I know the percentages are different in every country, but you understand the idea. They want to cut your percent by 75%, 50%, it doesn't really matter. So I take a piece of paper, a blank piece of paper, and I write down seller, agent, buyer. 3 words, top of the page, seller, agent, and buyer at the bottom. And then I make arrows, and I say, okay, so you want to take 0.5% from me, and you know I will have to take the full 2% from the buyer. So let me ask you, Mr. Seller, look at this diagram. You, 0.5%, buyer, 2%. Who do you think the agent is favoring in this transaction? It's very clear, right? You don't need an advanced PhD to understand that when I get paid 4 times more by the buyer, I'll be on his side. But our seller is a difficult person. He's not, he's not going to be intimidated. So my seller says to me, I don't care. I don't care if you're on the side of the buyer. I don't care if you're the second nephew of the buyer. If you are, you have a united front here, I'm going to take care of my listing and I'm going to make sure that it sells for the top price that I can get. Okay, I respect that. I was actually expecting this answer. So this is what I say. Say, okay, so you want the best possible price. We call this the 100%. And then you take the A4 and you write down and, somewhere on the side, 100%. 100% is the listing price, which is what we want to be very careful about and get it to be as robust as possible. We want a big, big 100%. Let me explain to you, Mr. Seller, why by cutting my commission, you would be hurting the 100%. And again, I don't blame you for doing it. I would do the same because nobody wants to pay full price for anything, right? However, see how that works out. When you're paying me 0.5% and the buyer is paying me 2%, all my money comes from the buyer side, which means that I am going to show your house to very particular buyers. And I'm giving some little bit of education behind the scenes on how real estate works. I'm going to show your house only to my own personal buyers, no cooperation, because believe me, I'm not going to see another agent walk away from this listing with 2% when I'm left with half, 1%, quarter of what he's making. Not going to happen. So I'm going to make sure I do both sides of the transaction so I can actually make money here. Then, instead of showing your house to many people and increasing the 100%, what I'm doing is I'm showing your house to very, very few people, only my direct clients, and I'm compromising the 100%. So you may have saved some money on my commission, but you lost money on the 100%, and that's much more painful than the small percentage that you saved on me. Now, why working with me is different? Yes, I'm going to have to insist for the full 2%. But because I get fair commission from you, I'm able to cooperate with everybody. All the agents in the city are going to bring me buyers. We're going to get hopefully a competition going on here. High demand, get your 100% inflated, and then you will not even feel my 2%. That's what I want you to get. Top possible price with the best possible agent. And when you pay more, you get more. That's how it works in our industry. Visually plus verbally, it's very convincing. Practice it, own it, get your full percentage.